Hello, this is Jeff from Studio 41 Gaming, and we're doing something a bit different today. I'm going to be taking a look at 4 ROM hacks that I own, and basically see if I can recommend them to you and anybody else who would ever be interested in them. So, basically a ROM hack is a fan-made mod of an already existing game. They usually create it into something new, or do like a translation or something of that like. But without further ado, let's get looking at the first one back on the NES.
So first off, we have Castlevania Horns of Mysteries. Thorns of Mysteries. No, wait. Chorus of Mysteries. God, that is a really bad job they did on the label. But overall, this is actually a pretty fun game. It's based off of the original Castlevania, but it's a completely new game with new enemies, weird new level designs, and it's really heavily based off of the original Castlevania. But put it this way, just to put it simple, if you're an old school Castlevania fan, you're gonna love this game. It really feels like an old Castlevania game, also known as something I'm not a huge fan of, since I really hate the archaic design of the original Castlevania and those games. But if you love these games, definitely give this game a shot. It's only like $30, I do believe I got it for, so, and it sticks out like a sore thumb with its really cool purple cartridge. That's how it caught my eye, was the purple cart. But I've actually seen it twice at the place I get all my ROM hack games at, so it seems to be pretty common. But for $30, definitely give this one a shot if you're into the old Castlevania games. Next, we have the Breath of Fire 2 retranslation on the Super NES. Now this is, well, exactly what it is. It's basically a new translation of Breath of Fire 2. Now Breath of Fire 2, by itself, the original game, is about impossible to find. I have been looking for it everywhere. I have 1, 3, and 4. I could never get 2, but I actually was able to, I found this, and I literally about crapped my pants. Like, it was it was so surprising. And I thought it was the original because the box I have it, I didn't know it was a repro from the side view that I got from it, but it's actually a really nice box that I got with this. And I only got it for, I do believe it was $40. But an original Breath of Fire 2 cart is actually $60. So if you see this and you're a fan of Breath of Fire, well, go for it. Gameplay, it's exactly the same as Breath of Fire 2, but this has some expanded narrative components, like some of the dialogue's been completely redone to give it more of an emotional feel. I think they give a bit more backstory on some of the characters. It's a really well done. It really seems to fit and actually works really well. Like, it feels like it was an original. The only thing that might sort of turn some people off is the freaking blue background that'll make people even mistake it for Final Fantasy even more. But definitely give this one a shot if you like Breath of Fire. If you already own Breath of Fire 2, even if it's only like $40, I would say still give this one a shot. I definitely can recommend it. I actually own Breath of Fire 2 on the Game Boy Advance. But being able to play it on the Super NES, it's no comparison. The Super NES is much better with fuller colors. So if you see this one, definitely give it a shot. Next up, we have one of the most infamous ROM hacks ever made, Chrono Trigger Crimson Echoes. Now this one actually made gaming news somewhat recently when it was made, as it was really hyped up by a lot of people, and then Square Enix shut it the hell down. Unfortunately, shutting it down seemed to have really screwed some things, since this ROM hack is a mess. It is an absolute... Oh man, it is ridiculous. I will try and be nice here since I'm sure these guys put a lot of time into this. But if you loved Chrono Trigger like me, you're not going to like this. Like, I know that's surprising. I went into this like, holy crap, this is going to be awesome. But I really want to like this ROM hack, but this is not how you do Chrono Trigger justice. The gameplay in this is just all over the place. This doesn't even feel like a JRPG. This feels like a 2D action game with RPG elements. There are random encounters, yes, random encounters in a Chrono title, and the combat is an absolute slog. I mean, you're basically going to war with anything in this game, because even with 2 or 3 low-level enemies, I mean, I'm only like 40 minutes into this, you're just battling for your ever-loving life with these things. And the boss battles are just ridiculous. The first boss in this game kicked my ass. The only way to beat it is by cheesing it. You have to use Magus's spells, his offensive spells, back and forth and alternate them to reset the boss's freaking timer so you can just keep wailing on him over and over. That is not how you do combat. And the story is supposed to connect the dots between Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, but I'm only like 40 minutes into this, but I've seen some details and apparently that's not all that great either. This ROM hack really has nothing going for it. I cannot recommend this for anyone. I mean, at least I got a cool case out of it, and it actually has a dust sleeve, surprisingly, but this, I cannot recommend this to anyone except for the absolute most die-hard, I have to have everything Chrono freaking fanboys out there. If you freaking love Chrono everything, then maybe you'll get some enjoyment out of this. But for everyone else, stay the hell away. Not for 60, not for 30, not recommended. But we have saved the very best for the last. This is Mother 3, the fan translation. Now, everybody and their mother, it's my party, I'll pun if I want to. Everyone and their mother freaking loves Earthbound, it seems like. And of course, Earthbound 2 or Mother 3. But this fan translation, it is as good as everyone has ever said it is. Now, this was actually my first time playing this, but I can already see the love that people give this game and why. I mean, the dialogue is freaking hilarious, and at the same time, they make you care about every character that's in this game. It is as good as everyone has ever said it is. I actually got this, yeah, I didn't get any packaging or anything for it, but I got it for 20 bucks. That is worth it every single time for this game. If you ever see this for $20, do not think, do not hesitate, buy this. Hell, even if it was $50, I would have probably gotten it. I would have definitely thought about it, but I probably would have gotten it for $50. I was in shock when I actually saw this at the store where I get these ROM hacks at. It was unreal. I stood there like, I'm pretty sure I took my glasses off and checked my eyes because this is hard to find. But unless you're on Amazon or anything, but even then, it probably isn't going to be 20 bucks. But definitely get it. It is as good as anyone has ever said it is. I mean, it's freaking Mother 3. I'm pretty sure it's one of the most beloved games ever made. Like, ever. And the day Nintendo releases a freaking official translation, I will probably buy that also. But until then, freaking buy this if you ever see it.
There you have it, folks. 4 ROM hacks that, well, 3 of them are good, 1 not so much, but that's the risk you run when you're dealing with, well, not licensed games made by fans, so you never know what you might get, but that's the beauty of it all. This has been Jeff from Studio 41 Gaming. Thanks for watching.